What's up everybody, this is Battlefield Joe 97 here, giving you the long-awaited second installment of this video series that I'm making called The Response Box. Now for those who may not know, The Response Box is a series of videos where I get to answer your questions sent in by two Facebook groups that I'm an admin on, Dawn Island and Video Games, which I highly recommend joining. Description below for the two groups. For me to answer your questions in video format. One of them I pick for discussion of the entire video, and one other question for at least 2 to 3 minutes at the end of it. And another alternate way for me to answer your questions, if you really want me to answer them, but I didn't get to choose them in video format, then I suggest you copy and paste that and put them on my ax.fm account, which is in the description below next to the two Facebook groups in the links. And yeah, but if you really want me to answer your questions immediately and I didn't get to pick them, ax.fm. But if you want me to say my answer in video format, then you have to wait for a week, or copy and paste that same thing and put them in the next post that I have in Dawn Island or Video Games. Highly suggest you join those two groups, especially Dawn Island. And if you want your answer to be answered, the questions answered quickly, then ax.fm. So anyhow, long-winded aside, time for the second installment. First was Why Do I Hate the Vita? The second will be on the Sonic franchise. From Jacob. What's your thoughts on the Sonic series and what will you do to make it better or fix it? Now, I'd like to at least give an overview on my history with the Sonic franchise and playing it and stuff like that. So I remember playing the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Genesis next to Ultra Beast during like my time with my brother or whoever the hell was like my family member or friends. But it was like during this household, I remember. But yeah, I do remember playing all the way until the second level where I got my ass handed to me because I had to really be patient as all hell, not go really fast, but the whole lavas and shit like that was kind of annoying as a kid. I didn't really get far from it until at a much mature age in the GameCube era through the Sonic Mega Collection. But yeah, I'm going all over myself through the time span. So anyhow, I did remember playing the original Adventure games, Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast, alongside some other fantastic Capcom and Sega games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Jet Set Radio. Oh, so many freaking games, man, that I could even call, like House of the Dead 2, freaking Capcom vs. SNK 2. A lot of goddamn great games from Capcom and Sega on that short-lived console. May it rest in peace. Through soul going for it. So yeah, after with Sega basically discontinuing itself as a console manufacturer, they basically went third party and not only produced games for Nintendo and Sony's console, but they also produced games exclusively, at least sequels, from Dreamcast games into games that were supposed to be Dreamcast games on the original Xbox from Microsoft. But I didn't really get the chance to play any of Sega's games, at least on PlayStation, nor on the original Xbox. Unless, of course, you count them through elementary school, where I was a good boy. I was able to play Jet Set Future and the Sega Soccer or Sega GT game, which was really goddamn good. And if I do have enough money, I might get an original Xbox just to play Jet Set Future. Goddamn underrated sequel. So yeah, jumping the gun here. This is talking about Sonic, not Sega. Anyhow, I played Sonic the Hedgehog exclusively on GameCube through the re-releases of Sonic Adventure 1 in the Director's Cut and Sonic Adventure 2 the Battle Edition. That included a lot of things that wasn't in the original version in the Dreamcast. And I also played Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube, where I got the chance to finish and played all of the classic games from Sonic. So I was able to play Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Adventure 3, and Sonic and Knuckles, and all the other kind of goodies as well. So it was really a blast to be able to have the entire Sonic franchise on GameCube. And I believe this Mega Collection, or at least Mega Collection Plus, was on the PS2 and the original Xbox. So Sonic was all around a character that was distributed a lot more in Nintendo, but at least throughout the course of 3 consoles, the Xbox, the PS2, and the GameCube. I played Sonic exclusively on Nintendo after Sega discontinued as a console manufacturer until the 7th generation, where I got the chance to play Sonic in the next gen through Sonic 06 in 2007 on PS3 as a Christmas gift. Need I say more? Let's change that a bit. I played Sonic on PS3 during like with the Sonic Genesis collection, which was goddamn good alongside other Sega games. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as like a PS Plus freebie alongside another Sega game. When I had a retail copy of Sonic Generation on the PS3, played tons of hours into that. And on the 360 with Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 or 2 or whatever the classic games are, and Sonic Unleashed. So I played, oh yeah, and Sonic Colors when I used to have that, and some other Sonic game on the Wii. Oh yeah, Sonic and the Secret Rings and the Black Knights. Those are tons of fucking memories to go by. And all the other kind of games. So I was able to experience Sonic at least through across multiple platforms, where he kind of sucked at the beginning of the 7th generation, and then he picked himself up with like Sonic Colors, and then with Sonic Generations. And then not until the 8th generation with games like Sonic Lost World and Sonic Boom. Have not really played the full games of it, only the demos, and they really did not impress me at all as a Sonic fan. So yeah, with the overview aside, things to make it better or fix it. For one, with Sega, to actually actually stick to a formula that people like. Like, for example, with Sonic Unleashed, they kind of perfected this formula of Sonic being like this fast-ass character, being able to go through the environment in this linear kind of fashion. Unlike with the Avenger games, where at least had a big open space for you to explore and being able to go through multiple pathways throughout a stage. Here, it kind of has that, but it's not really much of it compared to the Avenger games. But at least in Unleashed's formula, at least in daytime stages, that was the one thing that people liked the most. And guess what? Sega listened and they made a game only about the Sonic daytime stages, and that was Sonic Colors on the Wii. Goddamn good as hell. Was able to use the power-ups of the Wisp. That was goddamn good. And then you put that formula into PS3 and 360 with Generations, bringing everything that was great about classic and modern Sonic, and able to fix the shitty city stage from Sonic 06 in Sonic Generation. And that is an accomplishment worth like cheering to the heavens. But it's strange as all hell that when they put Sonic in the Wii U with Sonic Lost World, they got rid of that fast-paced formula that people liked into like this slow, cumbersome wall running kind of Mario game, which it's kind of strange as all hell because Sonic isn't supposed to be a Mario game. Sonic is at least supposed to be the big fuck you to Mario's gameplay. He's able to go fast as all hell, and he's able to be a good-ass platformer. That's what the designer of the designer of Sonic did. He played Mario and was able to go fast as all hell, and being able to say that, let me see how fast I can be in Mario, the original on the NES. And he had that kind of mindset to be like, I'm going to make a game that's like Mario, but it isn't like Mario, and it's fast as all hell. And it worked as all hell. I mean, granted, maybe people could say that he's like a relic of the 90s, and that he wasn't going to do well in the modern day. I say no, because even to this day, Sonic is still the most recognizable character next to Mega Man and Mickey Mouse and all those other kind of iconic characters. So no matter what, Sega at least did some good with marketing and having good games in the process in the past. So just stick to a formula that people like. Stop changing it every fucking installment. I mean, we went from like this Mario platformer with Sonic Lost World to then giving it to like a Western dev to former Naughty Dog developers with Sonic Boom, and not even they could have made a good Sonic game. Like they took a fucking not Sly Cooper, this freaking Jak and Daxter kind of gameplay with Sonic, and it just feels weird with Sonic having that kind of gameplay, and it's just, I don't know, like the next game the Sonic team is making that is going to be on PS4 and Xbox One, I just hope to God they have the Unleashed formula or Adventure formula, or at least something that people will love as all hell that makes Sonic great, and just stick to it, not change it in every fucking installment. At least Nintendo with Mario, they don't change the formula when it comes to the mainstream Mario games. Like with, let's say, New Super Mario Bros. U and Super Mario 3D World, while they're completely different in the way you interact with them, they at least still have the same kind of feel, the same kind of experience that you have with playing a Mario game. Mario is tight, and he maneuvers throughout the environment in his own pace and stuff like that. And it's not like it's just something that Sega really needs to stop doing. Like, they changed the formula for shit that works for Sonic. They should just stick to it, and that's about it. And for the second question that I wanted to answer, and this is from Video Games with Sean, what would you do you think PlayStation Now will be successful enough to force the hands of competitors to make their own stream game service? I don't know if PlayStation Now will be successful. I think it will like slow down at the beginning with like all the problems of a service like of that caliber is gonna have. But you know, from how much Sony really wants to aggressively advertise this whole thing, just like how PlayStation Plus was back in the day, it might be something that a lot of people will have, even though a lot of people will have problems with it, with how shitty the internet is, at least in America. But I believe Microsoft will release a service in that same caliber as well. Nintendo, I highly doubt that, but I don't know, the future is a strange thing that we can never predict fully. So yeah, that's it for the response box. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, or at least in the post within Video Games or Dawn Island and whatnot. And yeah, wait for the next response box for next week. And update for the upcoming videos of January gaming pickup videos and the top 10 games of 2014. Those are definitely coming. So yeah, see you guys later.